Mystery and crime writers, your project or yourself are heading toward the biggest rebirth that you've ever experienced in your probably yourself or your career, and I'm so excited for you. Let's get into it. To begin with, your first card is Judgment. And what is that? A phoenix rising from the ashes. Judgment to me is the second chance card. It's also the lesson learned that you've gone through an entire cycle. In order to go into the next cycle, you have to use that lesson in order to keep going and to start over, start afresh, start anew. If this was reversed, I would say you probably have not learned the lesson. This is upright. You've learned the lesson and you're ready to move on into the world. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the ultimate entrepreneur. He is a very big risk taker. So whatever project you're doing right now is going to be a very big risk. I'm going to advise you to keep going toward that risk. You have the Three of Swords here. It is in reverse. To me, this actually says that you are healing from some kind of heartbreak. Here we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Pentacles is actually the safest king. He knows where his money's going. He knows about his health. He knows about his body. He is very safe, not willing to be a risk, not willing to take any risks. However, because he's reversed, I got that you want to embrace more of a risk, take more of those risks, which again, you got the King of Wands here. So take risks. This is the Four of Cups, which is usually explaining about boredom, but you're not bored because it's reversed. So keep taking those risks. This is the Nine of Cups. Make wishes. Make that wish. What is the biggest wish that you want this project to do for you? Just go for it. Make that wish, make that dream, make that manifestation, and just go for it. The Five of Swords is conflict with messages, communication, thoughts, that kind of a thing. However, with this event, this thing, I think you're going to find a new direction. This is probably what's going to help you rebirth and go into a new direction. So really pay attention to if you are a winner or if you are a loser in this fight. Either one, you're basically a winner because you'll know where to go and what risks to take next in order to take the project to the next level. Once you learn if you are a winner or a loser with that fight, I want you to pay attention to your fire and your creative energy, because that's going to guide you into what to do next. This is the Page of Wands. Pages are the production assistants of the tarot. They are learning how to express their specific element that they are trying to master. This one's trying to master the wands, the creative passions, the energies, and that kind of a thing, their fire element. With that next step, take this opportunity. This is the Seven of Swords. The usual terms that people use when describing this card is sneaky. However, I've recently adopted the thought of that it's not being sneaky. It's more about taking an opportunity when it presents itself. Before I offer you the last card, I want to tell you a little story. When I first received this deck, this King of Wands was bent. It was a brand new deck. I didn't want my cards to be bent. If they're going to be bent, I want me to do the bending. So I emailed the manufacturer, I emailed the artist, and I was like, hey, I had a card that was bent. Can you send me a new one? They sent me a new one. However, when they sent this one, it also got bent all down the middle here. So I now have two King of Pentacles in this deck. And this is the first time that two King of Pentacles has ever come up in a spread. What I do want to actually mention about this experience is that you also got the King of Pentacles here, also in reverse. So again, taking risks. It's not both the kings were communicating, and they are not telling you different messages. All these kings are telling you to take a risk and do something out of your comfort zone. I do kind of feel like I might actually start using this bent one first instead of the original one now, only because the colors are a little bit brighter, but then it doesn't match the rest of the deck. So I'm in a little bit of a struggle here because I like things to all kind of match. So I don't know, but what I want you to take away from this story is that you got two King of Pentacles. They're both reversed, and they're both agreeing with each other that you should probably take a risk. The numbers that you probably want to pay attention to are 24, 3, 4, 4, 9, 5, 1, 7, and 4. If you add all those up, you get 61. 6 plus 1 equals 7. 7 in the major arcana is the Chariot. And the Chariot is you are in control. The Chariot is being pushed or pulled by two horses, two sphinxes, two animals, something of that nature. And those are wild animals. You are, in theory, you are the driver. You have the reins in order to pull them and take them and put them onto a direct path of where you want to go. You are taking a risk. So if you do decide that you need to take a direct route, really quickly steer them away. And if you can sense that that route is not correct, take another route and take a risk. Go down the dark foresty road versus the sunny bright road, if that makes sense. Number wise, I do want you to pay attention to the number 4. It did come up 3 times. So there is some stability going on here. Elementally wise, we have earth, air, fire, and water. They all came up fairly even, 2 3s and 2 2s. However, the one major arcana card that you got was the judgment card. Since this is the one card that's showing up as the major arcana, and it has everything else to do with the rest of the cards that I'm going to show you here in just a minute, I'm going to advise you to really pay attention to this card. The planet associated with the judgment card is Pluto, and look up his aspects and incorporate his aspects into your project and into this risk that the energies are telling you to incorporate into your project. The colors that you probably want to pay attention to are orange and brown. Orange, obviously. Brown came up from the King of Pentacles, just because this king had really brown hair. And if you look at this king, he does have brown hair, but it wasn't as strong. This is just kind of interesting just because I've never had 2 kings happen in the same time. I kept the card because I'm not sure exactly what I still want to do with it. Now, remember how I told you about rebirth at the very beginning of the video? You got caterpillar. What do caterpillars do? They rebirth themselves into butterflies. I did not plan this. You also have rebirth, like literally rebirth. So not only do you have the card rebirth, you also have a caterpillar. You also have the judgment card. Rebirth all around here. Take this risk, do whatever you need to do, discover if you are a winner or a loser, use that message to catapult your project to the next level. This last card is your characters discover a ruin. Who created it? What happened to the civilization? What is known about them and what is forgotten? With this transparent tarot, you can stack the cards to create clues. I like to think of it as building of the clues in your mystery. So the first row is, what I kind of saw most with this is probably a fire in your project and maybe someone in the fire and maybe not a complete, like someone thinks they saw something in a fire. I'm not sure that I necessarily got something from this image. However, you've got 2 reversals and you're making the wish. I do feel like one of these this king is making a wish here. There is no boredom. So whatever you intuitively are seeing in this regarding your project, maybe nothing, go with it. This might be where the risk is coming in. This is the last row. The first thing that I saw with these cards is maybe the page being the person. I don't know if that's true or not, but if you look at these swords down here on the bottom, it seems like something didn't work. Maybe the page or the child is the one that does the ultimate discovering of who actually did it. Or maybe this child or this person, inexperienced person, is the one who helped solve the crime. Maybe they're the ones who caused the crime. So with that, I'm Chris, and I am a tarot reader who helps screenwriters and authors complete 3 to 8 projects in less than a year using tarot cards. I believe that when writers use the images of tarot cards, they can get more immersed into their story, so that by the time their story reaches their readers' hands, the readers just won't be able to stop turning pages because the world is so rich. If you would like to take this a step further and discover how tarot cards can help enhance your writing career and your writing journey, I'm going to invite you to do 2 things. The first thing is that if you go to the link in my profile, there is a button that is going to take you to a 15-minute free exercise. Within that free 15-minute exercise, I'm going to guide you on how to write a complete story, a beginning, a middle, and an end with tarot cards and your intuition. The second thing is that I would like to actually invite you to the Flow Your Mojo community. Flow Your Mojo is a community of writers on my website who use tarot cards to fulfill and enhance their career. They are using tarot cards to get more in tune with who they are as a writer, who they are as a creative person, and what their voice is, and get working with their projects, not on their projects. Within Flow Your Mojo, I actually provide 2 readings a week. The first reading helps you pay attention to what energies are around you and your project, and what might be distracting you from trying to pull you away from your project, or people or things, or what things to pay attention to regarding your project going forward. The second reading I provide is actually from the Save the Cat beat sheet. For those of you who don't know what Save the Cat is a writing structure very similar to the hero's journey, but it's very different. What I've done is I've taken the Save the Cat beat sheet and created my own tarot spread. So every week we're going through one of those beats with a tarot card, and by the time we finish the tarot spread, a complete story will be written. Now, whether that story is brand new to you, whether that's a story that you have been working on for a while, or a story that is from your arsenal in that dreaded folder that we like to call I'll get to one day, that's completely up to you. I do hope that you will take the time to at least explore what the Flow Your Mojo community has to offer, as I would love to help you on your writing journey. If you've made it this far in the video, I'd like to thank you for your time. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share, and I will see you in the next one.